Good afternoon and welcome to the sixth day of the 2023 IHF Children's Handball Education Week, where leading experts throughout the world of handball share their knowledge and experience in children's handball. My name is Adrian Costello. I'm a member of the IHF media team and I will be your host during these webinars. And together with our experts, we'll touch very interesting parts of how to create a good environment for children to thrive in handball. To begin with, we would like to let you know that these sessions will be in English, but outline that we have translations available in French, Spanish, and Arabic. You just need to go to the bottom of your Zoom app, click the interpretation icon, the globe icon, and then select your preferred language, and you will have translation available in your preferred language. All of these webinars fall under the umbrella of the IHF Education Center, available at ihfeducation.ihf.info, so you can rewatch these webinars on this website on demand every time you want. We also have a Q&A session after the presentation. And of course, we are waiting for your questions in the dedicated section of the Zoom app. In the sixth presentation of the 2023 IHF Children's Handball Education Week, we have a guest which will present a very interesting theme, the importance of avoiding contacts in beginners handball. And our lecturer is Dr. Ilona Hapkova from Czechia, the chairwoman of the IHF Handball School Working Group. Ilona, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Adriana, for this nice introduction and valuable information for the participants. I will just ask you if you can stay linking with me as we can verify if presentation is well and if will be see really well also then for the participants. But now I'm in the mode of the presentation. It is everything okay?
There are still two gray bars. Let's see how it works, if we can do it, or if not, we will share the screen for the presentation. So if you can start, maybe we can then change, but now let's see the first slides, please.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever it's suitable for your time zone. Dear participants, it is really important that you write your questions to the Q&A and answer session, because like this, we not only know what it's interesting for you, what you need to know, but also it is important feedback for us on what we can work in the future and how we can help you. Thank you really much for your feedback in the presentations that will follow. Maybe you can start immediately, wrote. What do you think if we taught importance of avoiding contact in the beginner's handball? Because usually if we see the handball, it is contact sports. It is high-speed games, but now we are speaking contact avoided. What do you think that it's mean behind it? That before that I go through this presentation, you can think a little bit and give us your feedback. What do you mean? Oh, I couldn't go to the second slide. I don't know if you saw the second slide because I didn't saw second slides.
No, we couldn't see, but if you can try to share your screen once again.
Yeah, I will try to start it and share it again. Now I'm in the sharing the screen and we'll put the presentation in the presenting mode. And close this box up. No, still not on second slide. I think that in handball we have a good rules about 3 attempts, 3 steps, 3 seconds, 3 meters far, that I will try for the third time to sharing my screen. And hopefully...
Third time's the charm, yeah, as they say.
Three is good number in the handball. That I will try.
If it doesn't work, we will share it. So there's no issues.
Okay. And I'm in the second slide. What it's for you? You are also in the second slide?
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes,
It's small victory at the beginning. That is nice. That we will see how. Let's continue. In today's presentation, definitely I will speak about inspiration from senior handball. Then we will look about the development of the children, that children are not small adults. We will go step by step how the children learn. And then we will go for the example of the competition, because competition is not only about the winning the point, but show which skills and information children know. And at the end, small summary. Let us first, please, we will see a short video from the senior handball, as we have this ambition, as we see the nice atmospheres, as also children can look to the high levels handball, because it's important to see the direction where they would like to develop in the future, have dreams, and maybe, who knows, one day be here to represent our country under the flag of the national items in the World Championship or Olympic Games.
Oh, what a save by Palika!
In this kind of the videos, we are not only inspired by high speed, strange, dynamic, and contact sport. We are inspiration also about the behaviors, moral and mental development of the players, nice teamwork and energy which is coming from the teams. And definitely children need to see their top players, the handball stars, their models, and try to do as they try to do. But we have to be careful which skills we prioritize. That please, in this video, we can see the German and French national senior men teams. And you can see the French player, Ludwig Fabregas, as he jumped for the ball to win this ball. And with help of his teammates, score easy goal. And this is something what we need also the emphasis, the children, the importance of working together and to fight to each other, but not with another players, with the games, with the rules, according to the rules, and with the opportunity which game give us. That from the high level handball, we can inspire a lot. We need to learn from the best players around the world, because this is the new direction. We educate players today for the handball tomorrow. That as first things what we are taking care, what we try to show the players is ball technique, ball handling, ball manipulation, how to winning the ball. Then we work about the positioning. Where is the space on each for me, for my teammate, how to use this space when I have to help my teammate to close the space, or which is dangerous space. that we spoke about the using the space. Next factor, what is really important is understood the game. And if we understood the game, if we can use the rules of the games, we can also read the games. And then win the ball through the defense, or figure out easy opening, or create a space for our teammate. In the handball is a lot of changing of the situation. And in each moment, the players need to make a decision-making process. And decision in this process is so important. I go on the right side, left side, strike, I have to pass, or I can get this open shot. But all these things which I just mentioned need to be worked with the children and beginners before they start body contact. Because if we work on all previous factors really well, then you create a good basis for the future, and children can develop another skills much more easily, better, and also much more quickly. Because if you start immediately to give them also the body contact, then they will be confused. They will focus more on the contact than on another skill. That for this reason is your expertise and your eyes, what you see in the game, so important. What you emphasize on it, which skills are important for the young players or beginners as they start to play handball. And if you set the right priorities, the children can develop in a really quick way and really put the good basis for the future development. It is not possible to do everything at once, neither for us as adults. Mostly, we spoke that we can focus on 2-3 things, but in handball games, it's a lot of tasks, a lot of things what the player needs to focus. That we need to set up the priorities. In follow-up video, I would like to, as you make this small analysis, look at the different sequences and think what you will emphasize as your player, what you will tell them, what you see as an important aspect. That we have here a game of the World Championship, as a team are playing in the offensive phases, score from the open space, nice opening and scoring, quick throw off, and quick goal on another phase. And now comes social media, come TV. They select 1 point, what they show, what they analyze, and this is a punishment of the pushing player in the fast break. And then will be repetition of this action. And children will see this. It is this situation on we need to focus, or it is previous one, as a player scored nice goal from the opening, as was a quick throw. And this is our task, to set up the good example and good moments to explain our children what is important in the game. Because then you can see the young players in the morally similar situation, that it's not playing with the teammate, focus only on the open ball and try to do it as she maybe see it in the TV. But this situation is not completely similar, because defender is already in the good position. And as he is in the good position, that it means that she is doing the offensive role. That for this reason, it is small balance for the beginners, what is right, what is wrong. That at the beginning, the contact, it is not priority for the handball. You can see also so many youth, junior, senior national teams, as they are speaking, take the opening or pass your ball your teammate. Don't rush to somebody else. It was written and it was said a lot of that children are not small adults. And children are smart, but they have their logic. We couldn't put them in the box of us that they have to do as we are thinking that it's good for them and what they know about the handball. Children as developed, the first occupation for them is the toy. Toy, in our case, is a ball, object of the game. They want to play with it. Everybody wants to have this ball. Everybody wants to enjoy. And what you see, they are jumping, running, be about the ball. And if somebody keeps the ball, they want to take it. That the first thing is, it's good that you want to take it, but as first, try to take a free ball, which is not in the hand, in the possession of the player. That this is a logic. Children want to play with the ball. They are not here to push, hold, or rush to somebody else. And we need to take also in consideration another elements. Usually we are speak about two main development, biological development and cognitive development. Because we are in the sports and we are teaching through the handball also so many important elements which children can use in their regular life, that I add here also the moral development. Children are progressive development, which they are with the families, and families has important, extremely important influence of the children, also like environments, which play key roles of the childrenhood. That we need in this period of the development to help them learn, teach them naturally, and try to involve them. About involvement in handball had on Monday the full webinars Dr. Nabil Taha, and I hope that you enjoy these nice webinars. That what everybody speak about. We speak about the changes in the children's anatomy and physiology. It is true that the bones, that the muscles are developed, also like organs. For this reason, maybe also the impact is so difficult and hard. And it is not necessary that for the playing well the handball, children has this contact. We need to take in consideration their physical growth through the chronological, biological, and sport age. We need to focus about the development and sensitive period of motor skills, as spoke in his webinars Adrian yesterday. And this is also important for the coming years, because if we work well of the sensitive period of motor skills, the physical condition, strength, and all these factors, it is a key of prevention of the injury. That we can see also for the understanding of the biological development, that the youngest children want just to have a ball, enjoy to have a ball, running around the ball. And as they grow up, they understood more the system of the game, more the activities of the game, what they can do, and how they can develop. In the cognitive development, we have the significant changes. With the positive youth development, it is a holistic approach that a focus on creating development appropriate learning setting for the children. Sometimes we spoke about the problem solving, sometimes we are speaking about the decision-making process. If you take the decision-making process in your regular life, in the morning, what do you take for the breakfast? Eggs, cereals, something else? Or if you take a socks, black on white, you need to make the decision several times per day. And children need to learn how to make a decision inside of the games, how to save problems. I need to move on the right side. I need to move on the left side. I need to go for the open space to shoot, or I have to pass. And it is important that young children, especially beginners, will have choice from two possibilities. If you give them much more possibilities, it is really difficult then to analyze the situation and make this decision. If you put the children in the situation as they know, I have a choice, pass or shoot, that they will repeat it, as Klaus spoke, for the mastery, for the improvement of the skills, and then this decision-making process will be much more quicker. And then in the future, you can join the third possibilities. They will memorize and they will progress in this way. Inside of the sports, as it's handball, we have also great opportunities to learn relationships inside the teams and especially communications, which we come back a little bit later to. You can see here on this video, as the children, as the first moment, running behind the ball, then they will pass to each other, just to try as the ball is moving. As they have open space, they progress in front. If they don't have open space, then they try to pass their teammates. And as they find the short opening, they try to shoot. This is natural things what the children are doing. And as they learn step by step with the observation, and they can see the long pass, they can go and intercept it. And this is nice situation and nice example how through the game the children learn by themselves. You give them the opportunities and they try to develop. Because sometimes it happens that we try to put the children in the box. You have to do this. And then we are curious why through the game they are not able to apply or do these activities. Because they are lack of the possibilities through this training which we propose them. Now we will move to the first development, which I just touched a little bit, and this is about the moral development. We have 3 stages. Stage 1 about the physical survival, self-image and obedience. Stage 2 with love needs, reciprocal altruism and instrumental purpose. And first stage about the balancing needs, primary growth altruism and mutual interpersonal expectations. I will go to the examples because it's every time much more better speak about the specific examples that speak longly about the theory. That in the stage 1, it is important as the children develop the basic understanding what is right or what is wrong. In these easy games, as the children bring the gold from one castle to another castle, you can choose another kind of the movement what you want. You give them the rules that they can take only 1 ball, because this is important to hold it and manipulate it with them. And then you look if somebody respects this rule. If not, then you try to explain them. No, we spoke about the rules that it's only 1 ball, that the second one you have to put back. In any activities, which you are doing with the children, they need to know your feedback. That at the end, as you freeze the game, you calm the ball, but as first, every time you mention, you try to work well, you need to continue the respect of the rules which we set up, that you can take only one ball. And then you told just this team has a 15 balls and another 13. Congratulations everybody as you involve it. And you can see the children in the blue t-shirt or yellow t-shirt as they are glad and as they win their games. And this is not about the points who win at the end, but about the moral respect on basic rules. Then we develop in the more difficult situations, and here is what the children need. Children need to be a part, to create the relationship. That in the following videos, I was asking the children if they can create a pair, and I leave as they can handle out between them. You can see here on the right side the guys in the blue t-shirt, how we figure out the girls. And then on the right side, two guys in the green t-shirts. It looks like they are friends for the long time, but they match as a pair at the last one. This is something important in the children development, to feel that I'm important in the group, to feel that I create the relationships with my friends. They are not going to the activities because they like the ball. They are going to the activities because there is the good atmosphere, because the children need to have a friends. We are a social people, that we need to be a part of the group. And then, as a first stage, it is that it's group identity, that you know what you are doing and you show that you appreciate it. Here, at the end of the training session in Ahli Club, the children are showing naturally to the camera what they feel and how they express their emotion.
Handball! I love you, handball! Love handball! Love handball! Ahli! Handball! Love handball!
And now we are going to so important topic, how children learn. Children learn, of course, with the knowledge of the nervous systems, with the central nervous system development, and children's build on the solid foundation on the first 5 years. You can see it as a network of the axon, which receive the information from the eyes, make the decision, and in our case, muscles can produce some movement. It is important as we know a little bit about this circuit, because this network or circuit is created from the neuron. And neuron has a part axon, and as we repeat some situation, as we repeat some skills, that the cells of the myelin englobe this axon. It is something like grandparents told me, right behind your ears. Yes, but in this case, it is right in the neuron. This information, as they repeat it, they go in the mastery systems and they will do it naturally. If we look about this transfer of the information, if children receive some information, that these transfers can be between 20 to 40 meters per second. In the senior, in the adults, can be 100 meters per second. For this reason, also children, if they are doing some activities, they need 5 to 7 seconds longer time to the decision. Because if you give them really short time to make a decision, they are under the pressure they are demotivated, and there is not the good learning process of the stabilization of the activities and going to the natural movement. We spoke really often about the neurovisual training. And this neurovisual training, it's more and more important in the sports. And for this reason also, the working group of children handball created this IHF ABC handball cards. They are available on the IHF web page, where you can download it and you can work it. There are several possibilities how you can work it. You can select the language which you prefer, and you have another language, as the children can learn through the pictures the new language, French, Spain, German. But maybe you would like to use only one language. Then in this case, you can print it twice and select only cards which you will need it. And now I will give you a small exercise. For the development, it is important to see with your eyes, analyze, and then react. That you can see here in these cards, picture of girl who is performing jumping shape. These two cards are same. Now I will switch on and you will see the background of the cards. And then for the few seconds, for 1 second exactly, you will see a lot of different cards, but only this card will be here twice. And try to find out their position before that will be shown where is placed this card. Are you ready to match these cards behind the others? Let's focus. It was easy? Do you find it? Or it was too much quick? In 1 second on the field, ball is moving more than 20 meters. Players are moving to 2 to 3 meters. And this action is really quick. I will give you the second chance. But now I will not tell you which cards will be in pair. And we are not focused only for a few seconds through the games, what's happened, what we have to analyze. For this reason, you will have 3 in the row. That first cards, you will have a lot of cards in front of you, and you need to see which 2 cards was the same. Then second exercise and third. Stay focused and look. Did you see? As first was a goalkeeper twice, as a second was a ball, and now as a third was attacker. We are applying here in the neurovisual training online. It is also possible to train it with the modern technology on the WhatsApp, on the different mode of the application, but also you can use it in the training. In this exercise, you can see the obstacle, run, then the children will perform dribbling and different movement with the ball. At the end, we place the cards. For the older children, we can place with the picture down. For the youngest children, we can put with the picture up. And they perform the relays game. Each children try to turn 2 cards or match 2 cards as quickly as possible and then move back. The team who match as first all cards win the game. we spoke about the communication, teamwork, team activities, and we can use also this IHF ABC handball cards to increasing the teamwork and communication in players. We have again 2 teams. It is something like a relays games. Now the players are working without the ball to go to the end, turn 1 card, and told the team which letter was written in the card. An objective of the team is with their body create this letter. Each team has a different letter because it's different order of the cards. And as we want to increase the cooperation between the players, I was asking to use the ball as a glue between the segment as they are creating this regular letter. Because it's important to bring things, imagine, prepare, cooperate, explain, discuss together the young players about relatively simple things. It is something like children in the school try to read. At the first moment, they read a letter, then words, sentences, and finally, they can read a book. And it is also in the children development, if we teach that we need to go step by step. For this reason, I'm speaking about the children's development in the sport, as we need to teach them as first sports grammar. What is it behind the sports grammar? In the sports grammar, it's basic development of motor skills and coordination. Work about the basic flexibility, strength, and of course, it is basis of gymnastics, athletics, all sports together. If we want to move, we need to know how to run. If we want to pass the ball, we need to know how to play with the ball, how to handle the ball, how to manipulate the ball, and then how to make the pass. Naturally, with this grammar development, we increase our health, cardiovascular fitness, and physical strength. This is not only good for the sports, but really important for each day, as the children know if they are tired from the sports, they sleep much more better. And this part is also important in today's modern society. Know how to relax, how to recover, and have a good sleep. It is also one of the factors how we decrease the risk of the obesity and civilization disease. First focus in the handball, as spoke Joanna, it is about the ball. In the all beginning session, we try to give them the opportunity to play with the ball. We need to put all unnecessary stimuli in the background. It is not a time to show the children what everything we know. It is important that we select the right information in the right moment and give them exactly information and instruction what they need in this moment. Because if not only children, but also us understood why we learn something, then we can do it much more easily and better. Focus on the ball means have a feeling on the balls. In this case, it's orientation that the children has a 4 parking place, and from one parking place move to the another one. Just a rolling ball. They look in front of them as they don't rush to each other. At the same time, try to keep a control. We can involve also the athleticism movement like knee up, heel up, lifting side to side with the work with the ball. If we are not rolling with the ball or dribbling with the ball, we try to keep the ball up. As Klaus already told, we need to have this reaction. Ball up means that I am ready to do something, that I am dangerous, and you have to pay attention on me. Or opposite, information for your teammate. Please, I'm in difficulty, I need to help because my space is closed. If some movement is difficult, you can try it on the place and then move in the space, because handball, it is dynamic sports and all activities need to be performed in movement. It is all about ball, and ball is for us part of the lesson from the first day as we start, and I can guarantee you that also top players in the top teams, each training session, they are working about the ball handling, ball manipulation, and how to field with the ball. Because this is something of the whole life process to work technique on the ball. We will not focus only on the ball technique, ball handling, ball manipulation, feeling the ball, but also we need to focus on another tasks which are important in the attack. Because if we start to play with the ball, with the attacking skills, then naturally the players who will defend would like to win the ball as they can play with the ball again. Then we start in the large place and go to the smaller. We work in the small groups and then we develop in the bigger groups. And we try to repeat this situation, repeat the skills, and put here some small stimuli in the different area, in the different speed, in the different materials. After the handling and ball manipulation, the most important skills in the handball, as we can play with our teammate, is passing and catching. And children need a lot of repetition to feel surrounding in the safe environment, to progress in their rhythm, because each children is different. You can correct them in general, as the arm have to be up, have to be better in the movement, and then the children can progress, as you can see here in the video with the initiation, passing and catching. They pass or throw the ball with the right hands and left hands, because it's from the beginning important to use both arms. Another kind can be bouncing on the wall, because maybe you don't have enough space as the children can running, but then you can try and work on the wall. In the next steps, we can try as the players can work together. You can see in the video that at the beginning it's not easy to adapt the distance, strength, and power of the passing. But then, step by step, girls progress. And it is same on the field. In the field, in the next video, you have 5 players that they try to pass the ball in between them. And objective is to organize themselves and make the bounce pass through the 6 hoop on the floor, that they need to discuss, they need to adjust the pass, they need to go to help each other. This video is only for the instruction as you can understand it. Then you can join as many groups as you want, and they play in the same systems. Only one rules, it's complementary. If one team is doing a pass in one hoop, then another team needs to move to the another hoop. And here we are in the basic cooperation between the players, how to maintain the ball possession and apply their movement to the situation, how it's increasing in the field. As we are able, our children has pretty good technique of the passing and catching. Next skills which we try to introduce and develop is shooting. For the shooting exercise, it's really good, which I recommend you, to make small obstacle run as the children are working the basic motor skills with the ball. Still, if I am not dribbling, keep the ball up, work with your legs, right arms, left arms, and move throw up. Children need to have a lot of repetition and change the different roles. That as they go for the shooting, as first we teach the shooting from the place, then from the running, and as first time of the shooting, it's jump shooting. Who is shooting on the goalpost, then it's moving in the goalpost, and player who was as a goalkeeper take a ball and go to try it, because it's important as all children learn as much more skills as they can and try also all this position. Here in the next video, we have 5 different areas, and in each areas we develop different skills. In the first one, we have dribbling. In the next one, we have leg works. In the third area, it's one-to-one situation. In the fourth area, it was a coordination on the ladder. And in the last one, it was a mix of the previous. And children in the same system, I'm going through this area, I shoot, and then I move as a goalkeeper, and another players throw to do it. You can use alternative goalposts as a cones. You can produce your lines, cones, battles, and you don't need too much balls because the children pass the balls between them as they go through the sectors. But as you can see, they are all in the activities and develop their skills to understand and progress in the small things what it's suitable for them. Then we have here the example of under 12 years boys. We can in the middle make any exercise what you want: ball handling, ball manipulation, jongling with the ball. In this case, it is dribbling in the middles and players try to pick up the ball to each other. Each player in the middle has a number. And as a coach on the side, say the number or show the number, it is important also give a different signals, because in the game we don't have only visual but also acoustic signal, that in this moment this player has to organize himself and go for the fast break to score in the goalpost which is opposite on his team, that he take the ball back and continue. In the progression we can cooperate together as the players are passing the ball together, and it is the same coach say the number, and in this moment, the team has to organize to pass the ball to this player who project him for the pass break. You can again show it, pass it, and you can see and develop here the reaction for the pass break, which is so important. You win the ball and your team has to organize yourself for the fast break. It is funny exercise because from the side you propose the next ball, then the children come back and it's good. Then you can play a small game in the middle. For example, passing to 10, everybody know it. Then you make passing to 3, team which make 3 passes can go to the score, and you can develop more and more this exercise. What's happened if children do something what you don't want, that it's not suitable in these age categories or in their level as they don't know it really well? For example, you can see here the girls come and hold the attacker. Attacker has a nice position of the ball and he is ready to pass. But at this moment, he is afraid. What's happened? Why she touched me? This is something what I didn't expect. That as I was coming, as first I show her the movement on the arm, and then also come as she tried. And then the game was continued and they enjoy and play. That don't hesitate to explain to players what is a suitable task and the moment. But as first ask, then show, and as the player tried. We spoke a lot about the attack. Maybe you was thinking, if I will speak about avoiding the contact, that I will focus more about the defense. But this contact avoiding games, it's especially for the attackers, as they have more time to perform exactly the task, pass, dribbling, or shoot. Because as first, as we spoke at the beginning, children need more time to memorize, to make decisions, and to improve it. And then, as a second step, come also the defensive task. Sometimes we spoke that the defense is boring, that it's difficult, but it is only the approach, how you introduce the children. Defense can be really fun. We need, as the defense, it's focused on the ball. And this is not only for the children, it is from all categories. Only if you have the ball, you can score a ball. That as a defending team, if you don't have a ball, that the opponents still can score. It is important as we work about the good position, how to close the space, which is dangerous. But as first aspect, what we teach is where the children have to be placed every time to protect his teammate who is actually in the goalpost, because they know, they rotate it, that next time he will need my help. And we try, again, to put it to the situation as children enjoy it. Here in the picture, you have 2 children, 6 years old. They are from town where the handball is really popular. It's from my hometown, Zubri. And the children are just trying to make the screening. You can see that from the beginners, the boys keep the ball up like a professional players because he can pass, throw, shoot. In any moment, it will be opening. And girls try like in the mirror to follow up, to protect his goalkeeper, to close the dangerous space. After this small exercise and small understanding of the activities, you can see that they try in the large space to avoid the defenders. Girls try to pass around the defenders. She goes on the right side, left side, close, far. And we have a patient. We try to help her, only to motivate her. And finally, she made the decision, change the speed and direction, and pass through. In this moment, she received the ball and she go to the scoring. This is something what they do for the first time. It takes a little bit time, but immediately the second repetition was much more quickly and much more in the direction what we was expected. But it was due her experience because she understood what she needs to do. Maybe you thought that here is 1 against 1 and you have a lot of children. But the demonstration was made as you can understand it. You don't need a big goalpost. You can put a cones, you can put any targets, or it is only as the children pass through one area to the another area. And this is something what we can learn as first, to find the suitable opening with changing the speed and direction, which will help us also in the future for the faking. Here we have a little bit more experienced players who is well placed between his goalpost and looking for the ball and try to read the game. And if the players is able move back, read the game and make the appropriate decision, the interception is made close the player who will receive the ball. And here it's important good timing, changing of the speed and acceleration. I don't like too much use the dribbling, but the dribbling for the defenders, it's much more easy to intercept it. That if attacker has a whole large space where he can go, and defender is only looking how he is dribble in front of them, wait a right moment that it's so easy for defender to win this ball. Touch only the ball, not hand of the players. Then the next steps is the gameplay in the superiority numeric. Players in defense try to cover the most dangerous place and try to intercept the ball. The players are not allowed dribbling in our exercise, but they try to solve the situation 3 against 2. It's happening really often in the game, and it is a good example for the children how to create the superiority and find the good opening, have enough time to the passing, catching, and continuity of this work. Then we can continue in the game, which we have 3 against 3 plus goalkeeper. And if we need, goalkeeper can come. And again, the players try to use the space, try to work. But the first thing to do it is good technique of the passing and catching, not perfect, but suitable as your teammate can catch it. And like this, you progress. If we try to ask the children what they think, what is the most important task for the defense, we make a test. This test was realized with our ABC handball cards. We put on the floor several cards. In each card, you have a picture. In some cards, you have attacker, that they have here the balls. In some cards, you have a zigzag, that was nothing, and children was moving in the zigzag. In some cards, you have a passing, that was a ball. As children come along, to the station that ask a teammate if they can perform the passing with him or her, because it is not possible to make the strike passes with the colleague in the game without your colleague. And then as they come to the defense card, to the card of the defender, we was looking what they will do. And children perform a good leg words and dissociation of the movement without any instruction. It was not that they was asking, come close to me, I will make the contact. No, they understood that the most important is the good leg words and arms. If they are well positioning with this movement, they can win easy ball. And this is really important. The next things was the similar. I showed the kids the cards and what you will do. And it was a lot of kids around and they are not touch each other. They are only move with the leg. That this is the important task for the beginners. Then the next steps is in the defense, one-to-one defense, about which was speaking Ignacio on Wednesday, and continuity of the transition phases, transition level to the team handball, and in transition level to the team handball, we start to introduce the children body contact. As they know all these previous tasks, what is necessary to put the good basis for the future development of the players. Here we come to the last part of today's webinars, which is example of the competition. As Klaus told, children don't need to win. Children need to master. Children need to progress. And also with my colleagues from the working groups, as we are working to the new materials for you, we wrote a short part about the competition for children. And we have here 4 stages. First stage of the competition is competing with yourself. Every time the big challenge is you or me. If you know and are able to do how to make this exercise, how to make these skills, that you are good, because nothing is going like this. Everything needs the repetition, need the patience, that as first huge and biggest competition, sometimes it's competition with us or with yourself. The second level of the competition, if you are able to make something once, you need to repeat it to be better, to perform it in the better technique, better timing, more quickly. And this is how we can progress. Only in the first stage, we try to compete with somebody else, not to beat them like in the team, but just be better than somebody else, make more repetition, be faster, has a more different kind of the possibilities of the ball manipulation. And only in the 4th stage of the competition, we arrive about competition against others. Here is a competition against another team to know how to do something better than the opposite teams. In the first level of the competition, which we suggest for the children, is the festivals. Here, the children try to pass their own challenges, to improve their skills, and also to compare and see how another children handling this. because it's every team's good to share the experiences and pass the challenges together. In this kind of the competition, groups can be mixed, gender, can be mixed by the different schools, by the different clubs, because if we divide the groups, for example, 100 children from different schools come, and children know only few friends from their own schools. If you make mixed group, that they make new friends, that they develop together, that they are more social, they discuss together. And it is something that in front of the public, because parents are our first audience and families who are here to support you, but also to provide you the feedback how you progress. And you are proud to show what you learn through your training session and how you can do it. And this is funny way, under the small pressure, how the children can show what they know, and not only this, but learn the behavior during the competition, group life, and what is the important as a responsibility if we go together for some events. That, as I told at the beginning, 3, it's pretty good number, but I will show you here 3 examples of different organization of the festivals. Festivals, you can imagine it like a circuit training. Circuit training where each area is focused to develop different skills. It depends how field or space is big. It depends how many children you will have for the event. You don't need a handball field. You need the space where you can create these activities. In the small area, you can create 4 different activities linking to the sport, and you can put 2 areas for the drink, for the break, if you have more children. If you have just 4 teams, then you can make a general breaks for everybody, and then activity will continue. In the second picture, there are 5 different areas and the direction as the children are moving. We can go to the next red field where we have a 6th field. We can have a 6th field, we can have a 7th field, we can have 8th field. It depends how many children you have and how big space it is. Every time I suggest a small recommendation. As the children can have enough repetitions, as they enjoy, as they play, as they have a variability of the activities, I suggest that in one team it's between 6 to 12 players. Because if you will make the small side games, that the players are playing 3 against 3 or 6 against 6, or if you have a relays game, that they have enough repetition too, and you can create easily in each sector 2 teams. With the diversity of activity, it means whatever we were speaking today, that you can work in different areas. And you have to think as the intensity of the different area can be variable. You need to think what you will do. Definitely, what children need to still progress and show what they know, it's ball handling and ball manipulation. It can be organized in the small drills exercise, relays games, drills-like activities. It is really up to your imagination. Here, what we have, it is the relays game in the yellow field, and on the left field, is a partial game form, as we saw also in the videos, that the children are going through the obstacle run and then shoot to the goalkeeper and rotate it in variable position. We need to develop coordination, dissociation of the movement, basic on the gymnastic and athleticism. We need to develop the general motor skills involved in the handball activities. We need to develop the fitness condition, that as you will have one station where you will have high intensity, then in the next station it's good to put little bit low intensity. We need to create the area where the children can develop passing, catching, and definitely it is important to have an area for the shooting. It can be shooting on the goal post, on the different target, or on different place, but the shooting is important as the children try to develop and show it to the audience how they are able to do it. Then it's good to have some small side games where the children can develop the decision-making process, teamwork, and play together. And definitely it's not so bad to have also some area they can show their creativity, what they really learn and what they really appreciate it, because it is also good feedback for you. And for example, in the yellow, in the middle area 2, you can create the small opposition, small games. It can be the mini handball games, as it's playing 4 field players with 1 goalkeeper, but it can be also another basic game forms. For example, only 3 against 3, as they can have more repetition and more activities. And now we will see the example. We can see dividing the field that we have in the beginning 2 players, which they will play as they will try to bring the bips to each other. Then we have a passing exercise. Here we have the game. We have the obstacle run that the girls try to improve the ball handling, basic motor skills. We have a passing game, putting to the hoop, and then on the left side, after passing games, make a free passes and then score. You thought, yeah, it is too much things, how to do it, what we can do. It is not difficult. You simply draw the field on the paper, you explain where is the area 1, where is area 2, and that it's something like a circle training. And then the children can move from place to another place with the games which they work already in the training, what they already try, but they will have the new teammate. Then you set up the field and you can have coaches, teachers as a helper who can help you what's happening. In these festivals, we have 8 areas. In the first area on the right, it's obstacle run, and then players are going to improve their shooting skills. In the second area, we have a passing game. They try to move from one side to the another side to touch the cones. Then we have a place for the creativity. I already spoke on it, that on the floors are different stars, different materials, and as children come to the station, they try to react as this player, make exercise as a goalkeeper, make a fake movement, make a ball manipulation, and so on. In the fourth area on the right side, they improve passing and catching. In the left side, then, that they are making small side game as free, make free passes, and then on the bench, we have a cones that they try to touch the cones. In the next area, it is a relays game that one team try to follow another teams. In the area, the second area close to us, we have two children in the white uniforms and two in the red. They have a small cones for the clothes, and they try to keep the cones and these clips from each other to win as much as they can. And in the last area, they are playing 2 against 2 and try to put the ball in the hoop. At the end of the festival, it is good that the children can have some activities which they relax, decrease the intensity. Then in this case, we use ball and balloon, as they can still develop passing and catching, but at the same time, it is by their rhythm, how they feel it, how they are able to coordinate the movement and work together. Here we have example on festivals in open air. Again, it is a lot of different activities, lot of movement in 8 areas, and usually children are playing 3 against 3. We have passing games as first, then we have a goalkeeper game, then we have the defensive games as 2 players try to passing in between them and the ball and third player trying to intercept it. Then we have small games of the passing and catching. On the left side, it's again obstacle run and shooting to the goalkeeper. We have touchdown handball in the 6th area. In the 7th area, the children improve the ball handling and ball manipulation. And in the last area, children improve passing and catching. If the defender touch them, they will switch the role. At the moment, as the key person who is team holder with, children put the ball on the floor and all materials and move as in the circle training from the area to area. In this moment, coaches, teachers explain quickly the activity and immediately restart the activity. We are not missing end of the activities, beginning of the activities. It will be too much missing, because each game needs a different explication. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. If we have young children, as they perform some exercise or games, it is enough between 5 to 8 minutes per sector. Then they can move to the others, because also attention of the children as they are doing some activity is important to keep in a high level. I hope that you have good idea how to organize the festival, and it is important also as the children at the end feel that they had a lot of opportunity to work, try the new things, meet the new friends, develop, and they spend a nice time with you and would like to come back. And especially parents will thank you that the children are tired, and few moments they will have just a small break to relax.
1, 2, 3,
That as a summary, please remember, avoiding contacts in beginner's handball, it is so important. And I hope that you have your answers. If you have same as me, that it is in a good direction. And my opinion is that is much more important things in the beginner's handball to teach players than work on the contact. Because if we will respect the children's natural development, they want to play, they want to enjoy, and the contact, it is not here in meeting. The contact can come later if we will prepare well the children for it. it's part of the learning process. As first start without the contact, understand the principle of the game, and then in the intermediate level, introduce the contact. We need to focus on simple and clear tasks for the children, and then we can develop more complex activities. It has to be logic, not for us, but for children, and they will learn it. They would like to continue, and they will have fun. And like this, you create the best basis as you can for future development, the players, but not only the players, also the humans for the daily life. That please, as first, focus as much as you can on the ball and skills on the ball, and general development of the motor skills, sports grammar, and this is linking inside of the handball in the good positioning, good using of the space, or closing of the space. I hope that you reach some information from today's webinars, and I would like to really thank you for your attendance, and I am open for any questions if you have.
Thank you, Ilona. Thank you for your presentation. Also, thank for everybody who answered your questions during the webinar. You are on the same page, I would say. The first question is, of course, you've talked a bit about winning a game not being important in children's handball, but at which age should coaches look about winning and losing, focus on winning and losing?
Regarding the winning and losing, for my opinions, it is not only about the games, but if the children want to pass the challenge, if they want to go through the challenge, if they are successful or fail in the challenge. And this is the first step, to try be successful. Every time work hard and pass the challenges to be better and better. And in this way, in natural way, we arrive to the competition in intermediate level in the team handball, where the points become be important because the team who is better can pass for the next level of the competition, for the selection, for the victory. But as first needs to be in every moment the success of the things what we are doing. And this is not only for the children, but also for the seniors. And seniors more know what is winning and losing. Okay, this is number on the board. Today, maybe we lost, but we work really hard and we make a good performance. And performance on the field, it's every time much more important than any victories, because only with the performance we reach the stability, and with the stability we can have also success like a victory of the big competition. But big competition, it is not winning a games, it is repeating a good performance of the players and teams.
Contact is essential in high-level handball. We all know it, and we all know players who are very good but do not make it to the senior level because they don't like contact. Don't you think that to develop high-performance players, we need to get them used as they age, they are getting older, or as soon as possible as it can be, to this essential part of the game?
You know, if you jump some level of the process of the learning, then you fail at the end. And the learning process is go step by step. That if you prepare well your players physically, mentally, technically, and tactically, they will arrive in the good contact. Because for the good contact, you can go only from the good position. That if the players are not able during the game reach good position, that the consequences in the game will be punishment. And this is the linking things. If you want jumping something to accelerate it, maybe in this moment you will be successful, but it is not success in the long-term plan. That if the players are not able to pass between them, see open the space, close this open the space, but they will focus to hold one player, he will pass the ball to his teammate, which will create the opening and they will score. And this is not a key what we want.
You talked about the festival at the end of the presentation. How much time should a festival take?
Usually it depends on your time frame. For my suggestion, the whole organization of the festival is for half of the day, because children come to the venue, that it takes some time as the children come, as they change the shoes, the activities, as we divide them into groups, and then they go through this area, as I told, 5, 7, 8 minutes, then in between the breaks. Then real activities, it's about 1 to 2 hours, but all stuff around changing the dress organization, it's good for the half of the day. But you can make only small festivals with 2 classes together. In the training session, you mix the children, and through the 1 classes, you make 4 sessions, the children will enjoy it, and it is first start of the competition, how to work on it. If you go for 100, 200 children, then I suggest to have about the half of the day.
In what age boys and girls can work together, and when it is better to divide them and make them training separately?
This is a really good question, because as first, one of my colleagues will speak about this more deeply tomorrow, but I will try to touch it a little bit this question, because it is so important regarding the development. As I told, usually brothers and sisters in the families also play together, and it is also good for the children from the different point of the view, because boys want sometimes more win than the girls, and the girls has more enthusiastic and want to be perfect of the things, to mix a little bit as they can learn from each other. In general, in the biological aspect and grow up, it's become be huge differences between 11, 12, 13 years. That usually we speak that under 11 years, we can make the mixed team with any difficulties, that the children are playing together, and all this development process in mini handball, that the children can play in the mixed team.
And one last question. There is here somebody who is asking, what elements should they focus on in training and developing children? Speed, flexibility, strength, or coordination? I would say it's something of all of them. But what's your plan when training children?
Yeah, it is something what we call, or what I like as the term, the sports grammar. Sports grammar, it's a general development of the motor skills. It is something like if you teach the reading, you couldn't forget some letter. You need to work on all the letters as the children can compose then the words, sentences. In motor skills, we have sensitive period for the children that we can focus a little bit more or some skills in this sensitive period. But in general, we work on all of the skills, and especially in handball, we try to do it with a ball.
Ilona, thank you very much for your presentation and for your answers. We conclude this webinar here, and we will have one more tomorrow in the 2023 IHF Children's Handball Education Week at 13 CEST. We are waiting here for you tomorrow too. For now, this is goodbye. Thank you very much once again, Ilona. Thank you for attending, and have a nice Saturday.
Thank you to all of you also behind the scene, and enjoy the children's handball. Bye.